Good afternoon, students. It is a matter of great pleasure that you are doing hard work on your mobile, and hence I have to do work also according to you. Now, the fourth colligative property is osmosis. Osmosis. It is seen daily means it is used in daily life also. What is osmosis? If two solutions having different concentration are kept separated from each other by a semi-permeable membrane, then the solvent particles start to move from lower concentrated solution to the higher concentrated solution. This phenomenon is called osmosis. It is clear? If two solutions are kept separated from each other by a semi-permeable membrane, then what happens? Solvent particles start to move from higher concentrated solution to from lower concentrated solution to higher concentrated solution. This phenomenon is called osmosis. It is spontaneous, means it occurs itself. For example, if you soak grams in water, then what happens? Water enters inside the gram. It is called osmosis. Now, SPM, semi-permeable membrane. What is semi-permeable membrane? The membrane which allows only solvent particles to pass through it, but not solute particles, are called semi-permeable membrane. What is semi-permeable membrane? The membrane which allows only solvent particles to pass through it, but not solute particles, are called semi-permeable membrane. It is a thin layer of skin or others. For example, porous pot, animal bladder, parchment paper, chamois leather, etc. They are natural. Now, there are some chemicals also which are used to make semi-permeable membrane. For example, potassium ferrocyanide. Now, this phenomenon can clearly be understood by doing following experiments. And see the experiment in figure only. There is big container, it is water trough, and there is porous pot inside it. One is porous pot, it is porous pot, and it is water trough. And water trough is filled by lower concentrated solution, and porous pot is filled with higher concentrated solution. Figure clearly indicates that it is lower concentrated solution and it is higher concentrated solution. After some times, it is seen that the layer of higher concentrated solution inside the porous pot is increased and the layer of lower concentrated solution inside the water trough is decreased. It is clearly seen the layer of water in water trough is less than before. So this figure is before osmosis and this figure is after osmosis, and this phenomenon is called osmosis. Now it is clearly can be observed by you at your home also. If you add some soybean body or resin inside the water, then after some times you will see that after some times you will see that the soybean body or resin gets swelled. Why? Because water enters inside the soybean body or resin. This is called osmosis and it is spontaneous. So in this figure also, figure first indicates osmosis before osmosis and figure second indicates after osmosis. So why osmosis occurs? Osmosis occurs because water particles enters inside the higher concentrated solution. Now layer of lower concentrated solution is decreased and it is due to movement of solvent particles from lower concentrated to higher concentrated solution to equalize the chemical potential. Means chemical potential of higher concentrated solution is more and lower concentrated solution is less. Still, the concentration of higher concentrated solution is more than the lower concentrated solution, but the concentration of higher concentrated solution decreases from initial concentration and concentration of lower concentrated solution is increased than the concentration before osmosis. Now osmotic pressure. What is osmotic pressure? The pressure applied on the higher concentrated solution to check the osmosis is called osmotic pressure. The pressure applied on the higher concentrated solution to check the osmosis is called osmotic pressure because it is spontaneous. So some pressure is applied to check it. That pressure is called osmotic pressure. It means if two solutions having different concentrations are separated from each other, then solvent particles start to move from lower concentrated solution to the higher concentrated solution spontaneously. But if the pressure is applied on the higher concentrated solution to check the movement of the solid particles, then osmosis does not occur. That pressure is called osmotic pressure. Now, this phenomenon means osmotic pressure can be clearly understood by seeing the following diagrams. It is before osmosis, it is after osmosis, and it is reverse osmosis. Figure is same. That is water trough, it is water trough, it is porous pot, and it is frictionless piston. And higher concentrated solution is placed inside the porous pot and lower concentrated solution is filled in the water trough and porous a piston, frictionless piston is fixed in it. Now after some times it is observed that the porous pot, piston of the porous pot goes up high. What does it indicate? It indicates that the solvent particles move inside the porous pot from lower concentrated solution. And now if pressure is applied on it, then again it comes in initial state. Pressure if applied, then it comes to initial state, and if pressure is removed, again it comes in that state. So before osmosis and after osmosis both are interconvertible, but one is spontaneous and other is non-spontaneous. If pressure is applied, then it comes initial position, and after osmosis it comes in second state easily. Means first figure converts into second figure spontaneously, but second figure does not convert into first figure spontaneously. If pressure is applied, then that comes in first state. So the pressure which is applied here to come in first state is called osmotic pressure. It is indicated by pi. And figure third indicates the reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis means here if pressure is applied on the higher concentrated solution, then the solvent particles start to move from higher concentrated solution to lower concentrated solution. As a result, layer of the higher concentrated solution is decreased and layer of lower concentrated solution is increased. This phenomenon is called reverse osmosis. This phenomenon is called reverse osmosis, and the pressure applied on the higher concentrated solution is called reverse osmotic pressure. It is indicated by pi naught. It is indicated by pi naught. Osmosis is spontaneous, but reverse osmosis is non-spontaneous. For example, again I am repeating it. If soybean body or resin is added in water, then it gets swelled due to osmosis and it is spontaneous. When the swelled resin or soybean body is squeezed, then water comes out. It is called reverse osmosis and it is non-spontaneous. So osmosis is spontaneous and reverse osmosis is non-spontaneous. Osmotic pressure is the pressure which is applied to check the osmosis, means to stop the osmosis, and reverse osmotic pressure is the pressure which is applied to move the solvent particles from higher concentrated solution to lower concentrated solution. As a result, the concentration of higher concentrated solution becomes more than initial concentration, and concentration of lower concentrated solution is again decreased from initial concentration. It means concentration of lower concentration is decreased and concentration of higher concentrated solution is increased. Now, next day you have to study law of osmotic pressure and reverse osmotic pressure. Law of osmotic pressure and reverse osmotic pressure. Thank you. Rest in next class.